Hello everybody, welcome back. So today it's gonna be all of female anatomy. I know I haven't been really uploading full time videos and I have been doing a lot of that lately. Well, it's cause I need 4,000 hours of watch time. Simple as hell, bro. I gotta get a living out of YouTube. But let's just ignore all of that stuff. Let's just ignore that. If you wanna help me, you can go watch my other videos. But let's just for now ignore this. Today we are gonna be learning all of female anatomy. Whippy, let's go. So here's gonna be like the pose that we're gonna be understanding. I'm gonna teach you all of the things. For shortening, I'm gonna be teaching you everything. The joints of it, the pelvis, all the bones, the skull, everything from top to bottom. Let's start. Of course, first of all, always use references. Even for this image, I use a reference. Let me show you the reference real quick. So it was like this image I found on Google. So it was this image. Credit to whoever made it. I kinda just one to one copied it. Like look at this and then look at this. They're literally the same. I've just copied it one to one. But as Sam Desart always teaches us, using references is never cheating, and that's what I'm telling you this right now. Using references isn't cheating at all. You are literally studying. You in anatomy, it's not like I was born with all this skill and you can just like start making it alright when out you are out of the womb. No, 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 you can't do that. You gotta learn it. And what's the way to learn it? You gotta observe the world around you. That's how you learn it. Keeping all of that aside, let's start off with the skull. Okay, let me just quick sketch. Let me just make some quick sketches of the skull over here for you. So, all of the way over here, as you can see, these are the components of the skull. The skull, no matter turned in which way, always is in the shape of a circle. Let me prove that to you. It's all this area of your head. It's always a circle. No matter look from which perspective. Like let me show you this right now. Three different poses. One is gonna be from straight to your 0 degree angle, and if we draw the skull in it, our mechanical pencil breaks. But if we just retake out that thing from it, and then yeah, I was saying like draw the skull from here. Of course, I'm not drawing it in detail. Okay, the eye sockets look like one of those skull emojis. Yeah, as I was saying, like this area is disconnected, but like joined from over here. If we draw it in this pose and then we draw it in completely back pose, like from here, uh, I'm gonna teach you what I'm trying to say here. Okay, just wait for a minute so I can finish up this drawing for you real quick. Okay, so it's done now. As you can see, in both of these poses, one thing is same. That this circle over here, this circle shape, it's remaining constant. It's not changing. It's remaining constant over there, and that's something I would like to always tell you guys that always draw this shape over here because it's remaining constant. It's not going anywhere. Of course, from there, that comes down to foreshortening this area. That I told you, this area of the skull here it's appearing a bit bigger, so it's looking from a top-down view, and this area over here, it's over here like here. You can simplify this shape into a triangle. Let's keep that knowledge in mind and move on. Uh, as I was saying over here with the skull thing. Let me go down there to you again. As I was saying, so yeah, it was like that. One more fun fact that this area over here is supposed to be connected downwards here, because this is what's keeping the support area. If it's not gonna be like there's some joints coming off here. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that, but it's not gonna be joints. Okay, as for the nose, it's gonna be this downwards heart shape. You can keep that in mind if you're studying bones. Just telling you there. Of course, this bone then it's like a wiggly shape like this. It's like this wiggly shape. What can we do with that knowledge? Well, if you're drawing a really skinny character, you can even show off that and just tell other people how good you are at drawing, and he is not. Tell him, tell him how good you are. Go flex your skills, bitch. Then, as I was saying, of course, here we got these bones, and then over here they are like it's not the starting of the rib cage, but it does demonstrate some shape like that. There's like this bone over here that goes in both directions, and then it just comes back in towards there. It's like this bone, and then it just disappears. To be honest, that's where the mid area over here starts. It's like all of that spinal cord stuff and all that other shit. We don't want to discuss that right now. Okay, so for now, spinal cord. Of course, I even when drawing this pose, I was always like to it's oversimplify it over here. Let me show you. So it was always like circle for me, and then spinal cord, because spinal cord is such an important muscle. The hand, the femur over here. If you don't know, the femur is like the largest bone in your body. I always like to oversimplify my shapes like this over here. And then I was saying back over towards here, or these bones, they're gonna be, uh, of course, they're gonna be the spinal cord shape. Uh, for that, it's gonna be all this vertebrae and these things coming out of here. This is just like me telling you how the bones look like, because believe me, it's gonna help you in better placement of when you are drawing those things physically. Of course, it's gonna help you, believe me, it does. Of course, down there, this bone got some stuff like circles coming out of here. Okay, now wait. Before you people just make a meme of me for saying circles coming out of here, let me make this very quick that these circles are important. Okay, they are important. They are literally protecting your organs and all that stuff. But I don't really study biology a lot. I just studied it for drawing, so I don't know that stuff. Okay, two joints over here, one joint over here as well, cause your head moves. One, two joints over here, and then this joint is like a full bone. You know, one of those bones used to draw as a kid, like that looks something like that. Okay, but it didn't look like that. It looked like this, like those dog bones that you always throw to dogs. Those stop doing that, bitch. Stop throwing bones to dog. It's not gonna work. Of course, I was saying like it's going into here, and this area, this is like another joint over here. There's even a little circle here, just telling you this for an important information. Now the fun fact, it mirrors exactly like it does on this side as well. It's like the same. Of course, how can we apply this knowledge over here? As for a really skinny character, as I said already, it helps you remember that. uh, of course, the full arm is also a good way to like draw it, and just tell yourself that where your bones are gonna be, because it's important later on in the drawing. Some pro artists that are like really good at drawing, they even tend to draw a little skeleton of their figure before they draw the clothing and the skin, all of that stuff. And some people, they draw their characters without clothes, but then they add clothes later on. Of course, this bone is a bit like shallow from the inside. It's shallow like this. uh, this area, the pelvis, oh god, this is hard. So it's supposed to be like this heart shape coming down from here. It's gonna be this heart shape, but then this heart is gonna be shallow in towards like this, and then this area, this our spinal cord is gonna be sticking out from here. Just telling you all this important knowledge, because believe me, it's gonna be important later. Two joints, as per usual. Our hands, oh god, I've seen a lot of artists struggle with this part, but it's gonna be like this. It's just simplify it for now. Don't go into the details. I'm gonna teach you how. Okay, well, never mind. Let me teach you right now how I draw hands, cause anatomy, baby. Of course, I oversimplify the shape, cause you can't do it without that, bitch. And then you use your own hand as a reference. Whoopee, I always do that. I always use my own hand as a reference, cause it helps you get the shapes down and the thing, and not suck at drawing like you do. Sorry if I was critical. Okay, I was saying like this. These are your hands over here, And then of course the femur. The femur is the definition of that bone you used to draw as a kid. Stop throwing those bones to dogs. I want to say the B word. Or as I was saying, of course, this area like that bone. So it's really simple for me just to remember it as referred to as quote unquote that bone, because it's just easier that way. Bro, stop honking. Nah, I don't think you heard that, but it was like this random driver outside. Of course, oh god, he honked it again. Okay, so it's like this. The down area of bones, cause over here, as I told you, which you should stop throwing to the dog. It's like this, and then of course over here, our our downside of that other bone, it's like the same thing again. It's like that same thing you used to throw to that goddamn dog. Of course, it's gonna be like this, and then of course the bone which you threw to the dog. Oh God, like from over here, and then of course there's this thing sticking out, and then from here as well. Look, we did it all, and will you look at that? We are almost done. Of course, two joints over here again. Uh, this shape on both sides, and then like toes sticking off. And should we zoom out? We have studied the whole skeleton, huh? Of course, drawing it in perspective would literally take you more time than drawing it in like a front view. Of course, you can do the back view, you can do the this pose, you can do the damn pose, you can do every pose out there. It's literally all your imagination. It's your imagination is the limit of this. Of course, coming back towards here, let's see how we can apply this knowledge to this character. All this knowledge that I gave you there, when I said it was important, now when it's gonna be important. If you skipped all of that, then go to hell, bitch. Okay. From here, of course, as I was telling you, oh god, my phone's battery is down. Okay. As I told you, this shape is gonna be, the circle is always gonna be visible no matter viewed from which pose. The circle, the top down triangle I told you about already, the rib cage over here. So I always told myself there is gonna be this cage. It's, you can even oversimplify it by drawing circles. Of course, the dog like bone, which you stop throwing to the damn dog. Of course, the other bone, the bone over here, the bone over here, and that hand shape I told you, like this, these skeleton like hands over here as well. Except for the fact that you don't really see them, but let's just forget that for now. Of course, the bone which you should stop throwing to the dog, that bone again, that bone over here, and that's where I told you it's important. This socket, this joint, I meant this joint, you see it bends. Joints are meant to bend. They bend down towards here. What the? Okay. Of course, the feet, it's like simplified by doing this. Of course, and then the toes, and then I can just wrap it around it. Of course, over here as well, joint, feet, and I just disappeared. Here, anatomy doesn't really help you draw here. I'm sorry, that's like your pose and all that stuff that matters when drawing here. Anatomy might help a little bit, but not a lot, because it does tell you the vortex and all those locations. With that, I hope you all enjoyed today's video on detailed anatomy. Not very detailed, but still anatomy. I tried to cover as much stuff as I can. Oh god, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. Foreshortening, huh? A simple concept. Let me show you that with a real life example. See this color right now? As it's getting closer to you, it's getting bigger. See how big it is? It's bigger than your mom. And then, like, see how it's getting away from you? It's getting smaller. See how the more it got away from you, it became smaller? Zoom out and see it, okay? This is literally foreshortening. Let's see how we can apply this to characters by going back to our sketchbook. As I was saying over here, if you do zoom down to this area that I have left over for specifically for this reason, there are some poses in which characters, their hands are gonna be like over here. Yeah, it's gonna be like really big. It's gonna be really big, and the character is gonna be over here. It's gonna be really small. And to beginners, that pose, if I just go on a Google and tell you like an example of it, that would be. Huh? Do you look at that? See how his hand is bigger than his face, even though his hand isn't really bigger than his face. See over here, his hand is bigger than his face. See over here, like, okay, that's not foreshortened at all. What's Google doing? See over here, his hand is bigger than his face, even though his hand isn't bigger than his face. See over here how his arms are bigger than his face, although his arms are bigger than his face. See over here how his hands are bigger than his face, although his face is really small, but it still somehow looks good. Why, huh? See how that sword over there, that looks really small, like our color over there. See how it all works? Huh? Do you see how it all works? Do you see how my laptop has such low charging but I'm still recording for you? Do you see what the time is? Huh? With that, I have covered almost everything today. Oh god, it was fun. Oh wait, I think I just put the camera upside down. Okay, I might have did that, I don't know bro. Alright, with that today's tutorial I think comes to an end. I hope you all enjoyed. This was kind of fun to be honest for me as well, making this tutorial for you all. If you all did like, please make sure to watch my other videos. That's gonna help me get to 1k, 4,000 hours of watch time, and you're gonna learn something new as well. If you are kind enough for to do that, then I'm gonna be really grateful for you for that. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. That's it for me, strange, for today. I hope you all learned something new. If you did, I told you already what to do. With that, all I can say is bye. Whoopee!